Hey everyone, good afternoon. Today's gratitude, it is New Year's Eve. It is New Year's Eve. It's the end of 2022. Um, and I'm, this morning I woke up and I was like, 2022 is the year that my mom died of pancreatic cancer. And I started thinking of the negative things that happened to me in 2022. And I said, I got to switch that up. So I started to write the positive things that happened to me in 2022. And I started feeling grateful. And that's what this process is, right? So this video is probably going to be a little long because, sometimes we sit there and we can say, oh, 2022 was a horrible year. But when I look at this list, it's not too shabby. So let's go. January. I started January 1st at the beach. It was my first New Year's Eve together with my boyfriend, Justin. We had this beautiful view in San Clemente. We were alone. It was very romantic. We had champagne. It was this gorgeous night. And the next day we went down and spent the day in San Diego with one of Justin's friends and just started the year off perfect. Then there was this huge windstorm in January in this area, and but I was having a really successful real estate month, and I remember that because during the windstorm, one of my clients was moving, so luckily no one we knew got hurt, but it did tear up the city, but I just remember having a really successful month in my career. In February, Tuolumne got her ears pierced for the first time. We were walking through Target and they were offering ears piercing and she did it and she was so brave. And I just remember being like, how cool it was that I got to be there. It was my first Valentine's Day with Justin and we went to the beach and we took Tuolumne with us and we went to this place called Thousand Steps Beach in Laguna. And it was just this magical day. We ended up having dinner afterwards. That day ended up also being the Super Bowl. So we had the beach to ourselves because everyone was watching the Super Bowl and we were at the beach. That was the first February. Justin went and visited his brother in Colorado and went skiing. And I got the dog set. And I just remember feeling like it was super big step in our relationship that my boyfriend allowed me to watch his dog while he was out of town. So that was really cool. And then that was the month we started Spot Pops, our popsicle company. So it was a busy month. Unfortunately, March was the month that my mom passed away, but it was also the first time Tuolumne hit a grand slam in her baseball game, and it was right after my mom had passed, and she hit a grand slam, and she was like, "This is for Grandma." She playing boys baseball at 9 years old, and she hits a grand slam. So that was pretty cool. Right after my mom died, also there was an award ceremony. And it was the first time I went back to work. I remember it was the first time I went back to work after my mom died. And the reason I went, I know that's gross, but the reason I went was because I knew that JoJo, my dear friend JoJo, was getting Rookie of the Year, and she worked really hard and deserved it. So I went and I was there. Also Deanna, excuse me, and Patricia took me to my first professional soccer game. We went and saw a women's professional soccer game, and it was really cool. We saw a lot of celebrities. It was this great day out, and it was neat to see a professional soccer match. I'd never seen one. In April, My mom had planned this trip to the Sequoias before she had passed, and so we still went on it with my girls, and we took my stepdad, and it's the last trip as of today that we've taken in the RV, which sucks. It's almost been a year, so I want to take the RV back out and go do a trip here soon. But that trip was nice. It was, I was um, lucky that we got to still do it, and I had a lot of fun with the girls. And I'd never been to the Sequoias before, and you know, it was just a time of healing for us. Um, when we got back, one of the things that was kind of exciting was Justin drove the RV for the first time, and that was kind of cool to see him get behind the wheel of the 40-foot RV and drive it. And hopefully, again, we can get him. Like I said, I want to take a lot of trips this next coming year in the RV. In April, Tuolumne turned 10. And that's a big deal. It's a big deal for kids. Like, it's 2 digits, right? I'm 10 now. I'm not 1 digit. I'm 2 digits. And just remember how excited she was about that. We had won in February a 3-month contract to the Claremont Club. And by April, we had gotten the word or the agreement or contract that we were going to be the new food and beverage provider for the Claremont Club. So April was a big month for us. Justin and I and Devin did this really amazing hike in April. We went to this natural hot springs, and I just remember the day just being kind of cool because it was one of probably the first things that Justin and Devin and I, it was just the 3 of us, did together. And I really saw Justin and Devin bonding in that experience. In May, we opened the Claremont Club, right? And it's a big deal. It was our second location. It was one of the things that Devin wanted to do, and is get a second location, and we did it. And we still have it, and it's going strong, and I'm super excited. And what it meant was I got to spend more time with both my daughters. Tuolumne got to spend the whole summer at the summer camp at the Claremont Club. Devin and I got to work together and build something from scratch. We already had the spot pops going off, so we were able to introduce those at the Claremont Club. May was a really good month. And then Justin and I went to a live taping of a Netflix comedy special, which was really cool. A lot of gay comedians. Justin didn't really know a lot of them. So it was interesting to see him kind of be in that experience. And then we went to the Gay Dodger game, which is also every year. I guess that would be in June. And it was cool to go and see the Dodgers. We actually went 2 or 3 times this year to go see maybe 4 times to go see the Dodgers this year. And so that was always a fun trip. In June, one of my clients got married and invited me and Justin to the wedding, which was really special. We got invited to the wedding to someone whose house, someone I helped buy their house. And I always say this as a real estate agent is like, I get to be a part of one of the milestones in your life, right? You have these big milestones in your life, and buying and selling a house is one of them. And so as a real estate agent, getting to be there for that is pretty cool. And then to also be there for their wedding, just really cool to be able to do that. It was Father's Day. Obviously, my birthday's in June. Justin made those, and my girls made those days super special for me. We went to the beach on Father's Day and had a cupcake decorating contest. It was a lot of fun. June, I flew to Florida. My oldest, Cammie, my sister, her oldest, Noah, graduated high school. And so I flew to Florida and spent some time with my sister, Cammie. Got to see my cousin, my nephews, and I'm super proud of them. And Justin moved in, which is a big deal, right? We moved in together in June. In July, my younger nephew came out and stayed with us for a little while. His name's Noah, so we got to have him around. And in July, I was named Mr. Pomona, which is a big deal by the designated local expert, saying that I am the number one authority in real estate in the city of Pomona. It was a big deal that I was named that. In August, we took a day where we were at the beach and just rode on our bikes all day long down on the beach. That was so much fun. And then at the end of August, me and Justin took what I would consider our first official vacation together. And we went to somewhere we'd never been together. We went to Zion. We went to Bryce. That ran into September when we went to the Grand Canyon. It was just this beautiful trip that, you know, really highlighted the year, to be honest. Tuolumne started 5th grade in September, which again is a kind of a big deal. You're 10, 5th grade, back in school full time, no more COVID. That was great. I got my first business listing as an agent, Mepo Beppo. Unfortunately, it didn't sell, but it was a great experience, and I'm really grateful that I got that. And Justin and I participated in a charity event in September where we climbed the top of the U.S. Bank building, and that was just a fun experience to do with your partner. In October, we sponsored the Pomona Pride Center Gala and attended that. And what was really cool about that was that Justin's moms went with us, and our favorite neighbors, Miriam and Eric, went with us, and David Yancey and his date, and Devin was there, and Sergio was there, and I met another client there, and we got to sponsor this event and really support an organization that was desperately needed in this area. And so I was so grateful for that. We did 3 trunk or treats this year. And I dressed up as Buzz Lightyear, and Justin dressed up as Woody, and we went to a bunch of Halloween parties, and I got to meet some of his friends that I hadn't met before, which since then have said that, they approved of me. So I guess that's a good thing. One of the special things to me was that Justin went trick-or-treating with us this year, with Tuolumne and me and Tuolumne's friend, and it was the first time that Justin had done that as a stepdad, as step parent, and that meant a lot to me, and I was really grateful that he was able to do that with us. In November, I signed my 2nd, 3rd, and 4th business opportunities, which were the Chop Stops. We're going strong, and if we sell those, it could be a huge commission check. So my goal in 2023 is to get those sold. We hosted Justin's birthday here in the house, and Justin's family came. And what was cool about that was it was like the first time we hosted a dinner party together in our house. The election happened, and the election was not as dire as we thought it was going to be. So I'm extremely grateful for that. I got to go see Elton John with one of my dear, dear friends, Patricia Valletto. And she wrote the new Sonic series, which has come out. So I'm super proud of her. And her wife, Deanna, who's on NCIS, she wrote an episode of NCIS. So I'm super grateful for that. We had Thanksgiving at the beach as a family. My sister's really trying to bring us back together, and I'm really grateful for that. I'm really grateful for all the effort that she's putting in that. In December, I helped Howard, one of my dear, dear friends, get inducted into the Water Polo Hall of Fame. Devin's birthday, I asked her what she wanted to do, and she said, I want to have dinner with family, and that meant mostly Justin's family, which made me feel really special that they have accepted her and that she's accepted them, because this is the family that I want to have forever. Also because it was the first, my mom always used to take Devin to go buy a Christmas outfit on her birthday before Christmas, and this year I did it. So I was grateful that I got to step into that place for her. And Christmas was just amazing. And the thing too is, this 2022 is when I started this daily blog. So when I look at all those things that I have to be grateful for, it wasn't that bad of a year. It was actually a pretty great year. So I think the issue is, and what I want to go forward to in 2023, and what I'm hoping that this blog turns into, is me just always looking at the positive, always looking forward, always finding the gratitude in life, because life is beautiful. And that was a full year. That was a full year. I am grateful that I was able to do all those things. I'm grateful. Gratitude and remembering and looking back isn't something we should do once a year. I'm trying to do it every day. But looking at this list, I have a lot to be grateful for. So I'm looking forward to 2023, but I'm grateful for 2022. All right, everyone. I love you. We'll talk tomorrow. It'll be a new year, new blog. Have a good day.